Hi Capricorn, thank you for joining me for your June general read. Please remember that this is still general, so it's not going to resonate for everyone, and that includes cross-watchers. Please switch the energies around if it applies, but never try and force a timeline to fit. If it's not your story this time, then it's absolutely okay to just leave it be. You'll normally find that the bits that are not hitting the mark for you are actually part of someone else's timeline. Okay, so let's get this started for you then, Capricorn. Capricorn Collective for June, please. Okay, right, so we've got number 35, Conscious Connections, and it says, are willing to honour your differences, an opening for heart-to-heart conversations that can restore or salvage a broken friendship or a relationship. Okay, so my immediate reaction to that particular card for you, Capricorn, is, first of all, she's got a nice bum. And my second reaction to that card for you is June is going to be a very interesting month for you when it pertains to mending. There's definitely an energies of mending and reconnecting as well. For some of you, this is pertaining to romantic connections, and for others of you, this is pertaining to familial connections. So there's a difference of opinion here that is indicated with this card, and there are also other differences as well. So different ways of doing things. It's anything that goes beyond just a difference of opinion. It can also indicate sort of physical differences, so that there could be a difference of like a cultural difference, a spiritual or a religious difference, anything that is normally used as a means to sort of divide people. Throughout the month of June, you are going to be looking beyond appearances here, and that there's a very, very deep, meaningful connection here in your energies. I'm just looking at the koi fish here. That there's something very, very spiritual about your particular connection with this individual that you're dealing with. With the orange and the green, your orange in tarot pertains to fun, playful and creativity, and your greens pertain to growth, abundance and money. It's also a heart chakra. So there is money here, that there is finances that is going to be fixed, and that somebody's heart chakra is opening here with the greens as well. Throughout the month of June, I'm feeling really strongly for you, Capricorn. You are going to be approaching whatever this is for you, whatever type of connection that pertains to for you. You're going to be approaching matters of the heart in a very sort of fun and playful way. And that there's something very creative as well about the way that you're going to go about doing it. So it's something here where it's like it's required you to sort of think out of the box with this one. But you're doing it nonetheless, because there is a definite indication here that a friendship or a relationship it's going to be mended. Okay, really, really interesting energies for you to begin with, Capricorn, because I do believe that we're on the verge of a Mercury retrograde, and I'll just check my notes. Right, my notes are saying it's on the 18th of June, so I could be mistaken with that, but it's certainly what's written down on my notes. A Mercury retrograde is Some people love it and others not so much, because it's basically an energies where something has ended and this energy comes in and it's like, okay, that thing that you had was over, but do you want it back? Do you really want it? Are you sure that you want it? It's a chance for a bit of a do-over with the Mercury retrograde. As I say, some individuals love Mercury retrogrades and others not so much. It all literally just depends on your perspective. Okay, so I am going to fast forward this part of the video for you so that you're not sitting watching me shuffle through your entire card deck. Okay, so Capricorn Collective, please, for the month of June. Thank you. Okay, so Capricorn. Right, the zodiacs that I can see in your read, and please don't hold on too tightly to the zodiacs that I mention. Some individuals find the information useful and others not so much. It all completely depends on whether or not you know your entire chart, or indeed you know the chart of the individual that you're dealing with. Right, so we've got your energy, Capricorn energy, with the Queen of Coins. We've got Aquarian energy with the King of Swords, and the Knight of Coins is Virgo energy. You've then got Gemini energy with the Lovers. You've got the Ace of Cups, so that is water, that's emotions. The Seven of Wands is Mars in Leo energy. Your Page of Coins pertains to the start of winter. Your Eight of Wands is Mercury in Sagittarius. Your Two of Swords is Moon in Libra. Your Death is Scorpion energy, and your Temperance is Sagittarius energy. The Empress is Venus, so it's the element of earth. Your Two of Cups is Venus in Cancer. Nine of Wands is Moon in Sag, and Aries energy with the Emperor. You've also got Divine Masculine energy with the Emperor, and I did forget to mention Divine Feminine energy with the Empress. You've got the Fool, which is Uranus, so that's air energy, and the Seven of Coins, which is Saturn in Taurus, I think. Yeah, Saturn in Taurus. Bit of a brain fart moment there. Okay, Capricorn, your planetary influences in this particular read, Moon and Mercury. So the Moon is ruled by the element of water, and of course we've got a lot of Venus energy in this particular read, so this is definitely a reading that pertains to love or romance. This is an individual that you care very, very deeply about, just going by the planetary influences. Again, with the Moon, emotions, instincts, habits, it can be fears as well. And then your Mercury is all about communication, intellect and reason. So the planetary influences in your cards, it's indicating to me that you are currently struggling at the moment on communicating your point of view. You want to be able to communicate your emotions here when it pertains to the individual that you're dealing with. And now for some of you, not all of you, you've got a divine connection here on your hands. You've got divine masculine, divine feminine. You've got Two of Cups, that's the soul connection. Soul connection again with the Lovers. And you've then got divine guidance with the Temperance. Yeah, very, very significant connection here. This isn't just this isn't just sort of like a fleeting romance. There is a lot more going on than that. So with your moon and your Mercury, it's like you're trying to make sense of what this connection is for you. And for some of you, there's been a breakdown of your communication. Just again, going with your Mercury element and the fact that you had this as your first card out. So there's been a breakdown of communication between you and a significant other. There is still the fear that's playing on your mind here, and that is why you haven't yet communicated what you want out of this connection. There's still that, again, with that heavy moon energies in this read. Or indeed, that could be the other way around, because bearing in mind the energies are interchangeable. Your current overall energies, the Queen of Coins, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Coins. So the Knight of Coins is the slowest moving knight in the deck. That's pretty much conducive to your energies anyway, because you think very, very carefully before you take action on anything. And that's literally just a confirmation that you've been carefully analysing, Queen of Swords, before you take any action with the Knight of Coins. So you've not just been analysing the connection or the situation with this particular individual, you've been analysing the individual themselves as well. You've been making sure that you're not about to take any sort of unnecessary risk here when it pertains to this connection. Now, bearing in mind that tarot is genderless, okay? So it makes no difference if you're male, female, or anything in between. It makes no difference at all. It's literally just the energies that we're reading here. And the individual that you've been analysing, again, could be male or female, doesn't matter. This individual is that they're embodying the Queen of Coins energy, right? So a description of the Queen of Coins is somebody who is quite intelligent. They enjoy their creature comforts. They're a very nurturing individual. They're very, very similar to the Empress energies, which we see is also in your read. So yeah, they're very kind, caring and nurturing, but they're also not a doormat with that energy as well. So they don't allow individuals to sort of take advantage of them, walk all over them, this, that and the next. So they've got their head on, you know, they've got their head on their shoulders. They're not too dreamy. They're realistic about what they undertake. They are financially stable. It usually, the Queen of Coins is someone who is very serious about commitments as well. They're very similar to the King of Coins, and it sounds like exactly what it is. Basically, it's someone who's financially stable. They're very sort of sound, business-minded. They're really, really successful actually, and they take care of the details. So whereas a King of Coins will set up the beginning stages of something, the King of Coins then hands it over to the Queen of Coins, who then takes care of the finer details. That's where I'm going with that. So you've been quietly analysing this individual before you take any sort of action towards them. And under there is the Hanged Man. That's a card of non-action. It's a card of sort of waiting for a spark of an idea. It's also the card of spirituality and the card of having to sacrifice something in order to have something else. Right, so that's why you've been analysing then. You've been analysing what you'd have to give up in order to have this connection. And you've been analysing this individual and making sure that they're worth you taking the risk on. And you've been analysing when to communicate, because central to your current energy is the Eight of Wands. That's the card of action and communication. You're on the verge of doing something here, Capricorn. The Two of Swords, the reason why I put that stone on the Two of Swords was to remind myself that that actually came out off balance. So the Two of Swords is an energy where you're sort of, you're keeping your heart protected, you're very careful about who you let in your heart space. The reason why it came out off balance is because you're on the verge here of letting somebody in. That's why that energy was neither here nor there, because you've still got one foot firmly in protecting your emotions, and the other foot is on the sort of beginning stages of allowing this connection in your heart space. You're being very, very protective of your emotions at the moment, and that is why you've been carefully analysing this individual. I am seeing with your Seven of Wands, right? Now, in your oracle card, it said, "Are willing to honour your differences, an opening for heart-to-heart conversations that can restore or salvage a broken friendship or relationship." Your Seven of Wands is confirming here that there has indeed been a difference of opinion here. It's a seven, it's a very uneasy energies, it's confronting obstacles, it's somebody mounting a defense, it's protecting your emotions, it's anything that's challenging, that requires perseverance. It's somebody defending their ideals, and it can also indicate blocked communication as well. And then with your Lovers and your Ace of Cups, this is indicating that at the start everything was going brilliant, it was going smooth, everything was fine, it was very, very mutual. There was sort of mutual love, mutual respect, that is that sort of magnetic pull that two individuals are feeling towards each other. It indicates that this connection was very, very significant to you. And then with your Seven of Wands being right next to that's confirming that something's gone wrong with this particular connection. There has definitely been a difference here of opinion, or a difference in the way that you do things, and it's left you both in the situation now where things are unsure. I'm feeling quite strongly here, Capricorn, that somebody hasn't spoken up yet, because remembering your Two of Swords, it initially came out off balance. So it's like you or the individual that you were dealing with were on the verge of saying something, but right before they got to tell you, something went wrong in the meanwhile. There is an olive branch here, Capricorn, with your page of coins. That's the energy of somebody extending out an olive branch towards you. Or again, cross watchers, please switch the energies around if it applies. But because this is Capricorn's read, I do have to address Capricorn. But there is definitely an olive branch here that is being extended. You've then got change and transformation, a rebirth also with the death card. You've got patience and compromise with temperance. You've got the creative potential and nurturing with the Empress, and then taking the connection up to the next level with the Two of Cups. So there's somebody here has gone through some kind of transformation. Whatever this Seven of Wands, this conflict, this difference, it's been the trigger for somebody's transformation. I am seeing though that there is going to be a compromise. Also, with your temperance and this, your temperance, if I can quickly find the original, of course it's right down at the bottom. Right, so the original temperance is an angel with 2 cups, and cups pertain to emotions, right? So it's the careful blending of 2 opposing opinions. It's like careful alchemy, the careful blending of anything that is 2 opposites into one sort of cup of emotion. And then in this card, you've got like a fire dragon and an ice dragon, and they're being blended into one with the symbol of yin yang. For some of you here, this is indicating an integration of 2 opposites, the yin and the yang. And we've got divine masculine, divine feminine, again, yin yang energy. This is quite a complicated situation for some of you, because bearing that in mind, somebody here has got a different culture to their significant other. That is what I'm seeing in this read. It is all over it, all over. There is some kind of stark difference between you both, and there's going to be a careful balance and a compromise made between you both. And that is why your energy is currently the Hanged Man, because the Hanged Man can indicate the need to make some sort of sacrifice. And that is why you've been carefully analysing that particular individual to see if they can handle that huge change and transformation that would be required in order to bring this connection together. That could well be where your uneasy, argumentative energies is coming from. for some of you, not all of you, but there is definitely heavy indications here of that yin-yang. It's like your connection is literally the physical embodiment of the yin-yang. This is an absolutely incredible read. So your guidance is the Nine of Wands and the Emperor. This is literally saying that it's time for you to take control of the situation with the Emperor, because the Emperor is in charge of their empire. So it's literally saying you're the boss of this situation, persevere. It's time to push through and to take charge of the situation. And then you've got the Fool and the Seven of Coins. That's a brand new beginning and reaping what you sow. So your guidance here is literally to, it's telling you here to release your preconceived notions of the individual that you're dealing with. It's time to sort of take that leap into the unknown with the Fool. The Seven of Coins also indicates success through perseverance. So your guidance is letting you know that providing that you persevere on your current path, that there is going to be success with this situation. It's a very difficult one, because it's like an opening for a heart-to-heart conversation. Somebody didn't speak their emotional truth. And the reason that they didn't speak their truth is because there are definitely two opposites here in this read. And somebody was put off by that. For some reason or other, there was an issue. I'm actually really shocked, Capricorn, that this kind of thing would still be an issue in this day and age. I'm really shocked at that. It's like, why would the differences be an issue? But for somebody, it has been, and that's why it's showing up in your read. Now, this is far too specific, and I'm not seeing that this particular read is going to resonate for very many at all, just with it being so specific. I don't know. The gist of it is somebody that there is an unspoken love here, and a connection has broken down. A connection is needing to be fixed, and it's broken down because somebody has allowed the differences to come between them. But your cards are indicating, especially with the Empress showing up towards the end of your read as well, that indicates that there is going to be a happy outcome to this particular connection. And the fact that it's right next to the Two of Cups as well, which indicates taking the connection up to the next level. So somebody is going to communicate here, and somebody is going to be completely honest about their emotions. They're going to bring this in, and Capricorn, because it was your guidance that was saying, look, it's time for you to take charge of the situation, persevere, you are going to be successful, take that step into the unknown. And then the universe is saying with the Temperance, look, we've got your back, we've got your back with this. It's time for you to sort of release. That's a really strange reading, Capricorn. Is there anything else, please? Thank you. Right, you've got island time. In your own time, take your time, active, have a relaxed attitude, be more light-hearted and meditate. Right, so there are only there's only so much that you can control. So with that Fool energy, when you do take that step into the unknown, bearing in mind that you can only control your actions, you can't control all of the outcome. So there's a need here to sort of release a little bit of the control. Right. We've got shy, nervous or too nervous to ask you out. It takes a minute. The answer is maybe and second guessing, and sleep on it. Oh. Think before you speak. Get rest. Don't sabotage. Call it a day. Needing a break and sleep deprived. So some Capricorns are not getting enough sleep. They're too worried and anxious about this particular connection. With don't sabotage, that kind of speaks for itself, really, doesn't it? And shy, you're second guessing yourself, Capricorn, and somebody's too shy to speak up. Let me just see what else flipped. Me and my ego. Pride or fear is in the way, not contacting you but thinking of you often and replaying over in mind. It's not great, is it? So there's an argument or a disagreement with that Seven of Wands that somebody keeps replaying over and over in their mind. Who's walking who? Control or power issues, resistant, unenthusiastic, being led on, getting pulled or feeling overwhelmed. Somebody is, and I'm feeling it's you, Capricorn, that you feel that you might have been led on in the situation. You didn't know whether or not you could trust it. This read is indicating that the connection that you're actually dealing with, it's a very divinely orchestrated connection here. There is no leading on. Somebody is feeling overwhelmed with this connection because of its sheer intensity. Addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, having a block and restraint. Addiction. If this connection felt addictive for you, it's purely because of that sort of mirror souls element and mask, not showing true feelings, hiding, personify, pretend, delude or gaslighting. Not showing your true feelings. There's an individual here that, as we saw in your tarot read, was not revealing their true feelings. I am definitely seeing a resolve to that though in your tarot read. So Capricorn, please. Oh. Seriously. I swear you're trying to get an extended read. Right, we've got experiments, manipulation of nature, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge and arrogance. It says, understand your own beauty and the perfection of all that is in nature. Avoid choices that are selfish and cruel. Can indicate energy manipulations or somebody forcing their will on another. Right. Do you know what I'm actually getting with that particular energies, Capricorn? Bearing in mind that we've had stark differences all the way through your read, the individual that you're dealing with, where there's some sort of stark difference between you both. This is indicating that there is definitely going to be a need to compromise. So somebody in the past wasn't going to budge when it pertained to needing to compromise. This card is saying, look, somebody has to compromise. If there is no compromise, then this connection is just not going to work. So it's like one side is not going to be able to have it all their way. There's definitely going to need to be a split down the middle here. Receptivity, allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to give. Love and good fortune is coming your way. Avoid greeting them with suspicion. That actually makes sense because Capricorns have a tendency to wonder when something's going to bite them in the ass. It's constantly sort of waiting for the other shoe to drop. So the Divine's asking you here to trust. Trust in this connection. Dreams, vivid dreaming, dream messages, dream teaching, receiving information through dreams. So you're probably dreaming about each other. Reflections, what you contemplate can actualize. Think before you act, be still and contemplate, and await a better understanding. Somebody is planning on how to make their move. Water flight, heaviness lifts, burdens are cast away, and weightlessness, freedom to feel and freedom to drop all burdens. Capricorn, it's time for you to drop your burdens, time for you to drop your suspicions and whatever else it is that is keeping you restricted from this really intense connection. It's time to feel that weightlessness, is that you can start making decisions for what you want to get out of your life. That there is something here really, really restrictive, because why else would there need to be a compromise made? This is a weird reading, Capricorn. The magic of the Kohelen Druith, caution, secrecy and wary. Somebody might try to use you for their own gain. It is up to you to determine your own wellness and appearance. Yeah, someone within this particular dynamic is very, very concerned about just being used. That's a nice tart. Getting distracted there. Yeah, someone's paranoid about being used, so I don't know. I think that's coming from you, Capricorn. But somebody here is being overly cautious and overly secretive. And farewell to the moon. Appreciate and enjoy the lunar light and cycles. Set the tone and lead, and allow another to take control at times. Observing life cycles. Yeah, it's time. It's time for you, Capricorn. It's like June is your turn to be happy. There are heavy vibes here of something keeping you restricted. Set the tone and lead. This is a profound lifestyle change I'm feeling. Something else for Capricorn, please. Okay, disseminating moon, and disseminating moons are really, really good for relaxing, accepting and regroup. That's been a running theme throughout your entire read, Capricorn. Regrouping, reconnect. Time to breathe out. It says, I am where I am, and that's okay. It says, you will soon know where you stand. You need to take some time out. It's time for you to share your wisdom and experience and avoid falling into a slump. Yeah. Time to breathe out. Throw your dice. And wherever they land, they land. But some of you haven't yet thrown your dice. Because that involves releasing some of the control over to the divine. Right, so education, it says life is filled with lessons. Be teachable. Wisdom comes from participating in life and not just reading about it. This card suggests that you might not have enough knowledge about what you seek, the direction to take, your circumstances, or the nature of your inquiry. Important information is coming. Now is the time for you to go to school, ask a person who might know more than you do, or find a teacher or a course of study so that you can be more clearly understand what the next right action must be. Sometimes life unexpectedly sends you to an unfamiliar school and you must learn by experience. Now is a time to be teachable, open to changing your preconceived notions. It's time to be a student and be willing to state the most powerful mantra of all, I don't know yet. And that's really bizarre how that exact quote has come up in that card for you, Capricorn, because in your tarot read we saw that somebody was holding on to preconceived notions. So obviously I don't know your personal story, so you are going to have to switch the energies around as it fits. Okay, have a positive affirmations for Capricorn, please. Oh no! When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. So it's like, just as you're about to throw your dice on the table, Capricorn, really, truly surrender. Okay, so for those of you who are easily offended at swearing, then your read has ended now. Thank you very much for watching. And for those of you who don't give a shit, this is the Rebel deck. It's very brutal and to the point. It's the oracle that I always use at the end of all of my beginning of the month reads, so it doesn't turn up in the love reads mid-month, for example. It works in exactly the same way as all of the other tarot and oracle, where it's for the viewers to decide what side of the table that they're sitting at for every single card that comes out. So the energies are all still completely interchangeable. Okay, right, so we've got, you're given too many fucks, give 0. Make better fucking choices. If you're pissed at where you are, then stop taking yourself there. Get the fuck out of your head, get in your heart, it misses you. Whatever you're thinking about, don't do it, now is not the fucking time. Detox, drink a smoothie, unfriend that asshole and throw some shit out. And rebel, because fuck it. That was a bizarre read, Capricorn. I don't know what to make of that one. Yeah, that is what I have for you. Please like, share or subscribe if that has resonated for you. And thank you so much to all of those who have already supported my channel. I appreciate every single one of you. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, then that information can be found in my descriptions box below. So thank you again, Capricorn. Please take care out there and we shall speak again soon. Bye.